Who is Moloch, and why are they mentioned in the Bible? Moloch represents one of those particularly dark pages in the annals of human history. He's the kind of figure you'd want nowhere near your storytelling circle, let alone within the good book itself. So, who is Moloch? Essentially, Moloch is an ancient Canaanite deity associated with child sacrifice. Veneration of this god traditionally involved some pretty horrific rituals which, to put it lightly, were frowned upon in the Judeo-Christian worldview. The name Moloch is thought to mean king in the Canaanite language, but this was a king of a most macabre dominion. Biblically speaking, Moloch is mentioned in the context of forbidden worship. In books like Leviticus, for example, Yahweh sternly warns the Israelites to steer clear of such deplorable practices. It's like a divine do-not-do list, and Moloch worship was a no-no that topped the charts. Why the biblical call-out, though? Well, during those times, folks were all about their regional gods. The Israelites' neighbors were throwing these massive, albeit gruesome, shindigs for Moloch that involved sacrificing their children by fire. And the Bible, particularly the Old Testament, is all about setting the Israelites apart from these troubling pagan rituals. It's kind of like a celestial public service announcement. Avoid these bad religious influencers and their terrible cosmic advice. In the narrative arc, Moloch's mention is a lesson in contrasts. The God of the Israelites did not want such practices because they represented everything the Israelites were not supposed to be: cruel, merciless, and tantamount to the worst expressions of human nature. The mention is both a warning and a stark delineation between the ethics of this emerging monotheistic belief system versus the surrounding polytheistic traditions. Bringing it back to the present day, away from the smoky altars of antiquity, living here in Portland, Oregon, when Moloch's name is dropped in conversation, usually metaphorically to represent some insatiable greed or corruption, it's a stark reminder of the less than noble parts of our collective past. A history lesson that, quite frankly, often feels better left in history classes rather than our spiritual explorations.